No one really knows where life's road will lead, or what will happen along the way. But back in Wichita, Kansas, just about every boy had the same dream. A dream that one day he'd take a handoff, make a move, take it all the way, and hear the crowd explode. The smallest of them all had that big dream, right from the beginning.
For whatever reason, a lot of the kids my age or my size, they weren't really attracted to football like I was. You have all these older kids out playing this game, and, this little bitty kid wanted to go and, get roughed up by everybody. We call tackle the man with the ball. You just, 20, 15 guys, and you just throw it up and you try to run from one end to the other. And at a very young age, I just had a very strong attraction to football. I remember one of the guys, a couple years older than me, he told me that he was playing on an organized team in the city, and I went to watch him practice, and I was like, man, I gotta sign up. And I remember asking my father, and my father was like, I think you should wait a couple years, you're too small, this, that, and the other. And so I went to practice, I signed up, and I've been practicing for a couple of days, and I finally told my father. He didn't react in a negative way. I mean, he was like, okay, well, if you want to play that bad, you can go ahead and stay on the team.
His father had a dashed hope that Barry would head down to Norman and play for the mighty Sooners.
No one knew anything about Barry Sanders. He came out of Wichita. He was a wingback and only touched the ball 2 or 3 times a game. He was very light. You don't go take a 5'7", 165, 70-pound wingback in high school when you only got 30 scholarships, 28 scholarships. So Oklahoma State, they were fortunate to get him. In fact, it was a gift to them.
He wouldn't follow the great Billy Sims in Oklahoma. Instead, he'd labor in the shadow of Thurman Thomas down in Stillwater.
I had played behind Thurman for 2 years, and it was kind of by happenstance that I broke the lineup. Next thing you know, they had to put me in the game because some of the upperclassmen were hurt.
Sanders was unleashed, and no one feared him more than the coach who once passed him over.
We were preparing to play OSU one time, and I was sitting in with my defensive staff looking at the offensive film of OSU. And I sat there a while, and I got up and I walked over to our offensive staff who was watching defensive film of OSU, and I said, guys, we've got a problem. And I said, better hope Thurman Thomas doesn't get hurt. And they all looked at me like I was crazy. I said, you don't want to play against this freshman named Barry Sanders. Well, I'd never heard of Barry Sanders. We have a tough enough time with Thurman, but you won't ever touch this kid.
They kicked off to us, and boom, first play of the game, 100 yards. He ran it all the way back. Same game, ran a punt return back for a touchdown. The next year, they kick off to us again. He runs it back 100 yards again. It's the first time in NCAA history that one man has ran back 2 100-yard kicks after different years. And so at that kind, you say, well, this guy kind of lucky, Maybe he's kind of lucky. He's good, but I don't think he's as good as what we think he is.
As a junior, he rushed for over 2,600 yards, scored 37 touchdowns, and set or tied 21 NCAA records. It was the greatest single season a college runner ever had.
I remember meeting Barry when he was at Oklahoma State. There with Thurman. I knew then this guy was something special.
At Oklahoma State, everything happened so quickly. Even though I put up impressive numbers at that time, I wasn't sure if I was really going to win the trophy.
It is my special privilege to announce with great joy the 1988 winner of the Heisman Award, the John W. Heisman Memorial Trophy, is Barry Sanders of Oklahoma State University.
When they gave it to me, I was shocked. But it was wonderful. It was a very nice experience.
Yeah, I just like to say I thank God for putting me in this position. I couldn't have done it without him. Secondly, I'd like to thank my offensive line and my fullback, Garrett Limbrick. They've done such a great job. I couldn't have asked for a better season out of those guys. And, I'd like to thank William and Shirley Sanders for being so inspirational in my life and bringing me up, the way they know I should be brought up. And Thanks a lot.
His parents and brother Byron accepted the trophy, and after Barry returned from the Holiday Bowl to claim his prize, he had become the prize that every NFL team coveted. The Detroit Lions were one of the first to visit.
I know the first time Coach Fonz sent me down to Oklahoma State to work him out, and he really didn't want to be drafted by the Detroit Lions at that time.
I didn't know, you know, I mean, I'm sure he looked at a lot of other players or whatever. I didn't really know what to take of it.
But he said, I'll lift weights for you. So he just walked in the weight room, took his shirt off, and benched 225 21 times, and just kind of put it down. Said, is that okay? I said, that's okay.
I went back and I just got to be head coach, and I was a defensive coach in the years past, and all the coaches were down there saying, oh, you're not going to take Barry. I said, why are you here? You're going to probably take that defensive back. You're going to take this player. You're going to take that linebacker.
He said, Coach, why do you want me? I'm a tailback. You're a run and shoot. I said, Barry, we think you can make 1,500 yards in this offense. And he said, well, what if I want to make 2,500 yards? I said, well, it's never been done, but you're more than welcome. We'd love to have it happen.
Halfway through the workout, I lit up my cigar and said, we're taking this young man. I mean, no way, I'm not trading the choice. We're taking him. He's going to make things happen.
I remember after the workout, Wayne called me up to Coach Jones's office, and he said, well, you know, we're going to draft you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like at this time to introduce to you one of the finest running backs in the United States of America, and our number 1 pick, Barry Sanders.
Everything happened fast because 1 minute I'm just going to class and thinking about I have another year to go to school, and the next minute, you know, I have Wayne Fonz telling me that he wants me on his team. And so, yeah, it was a thrill.
I really feel good, and I feel it's a privilege to be one of the players that will help restore the roar in the dome.
A savior had arrived, but a hero had just departed. His name was Billy Sims. And while their styles were different, everything else was exactly the same. Fate had linked them together. Billy and Barry, both were Heisman winners. Both starred in the state of Oklahoma. They even shared the same position coach. Both were roaring 20s, first-round picks by Detroit. They had the same initials, and there was no BS about them. Billy Sims would be a tough act to follow. He had become a larger-than-life Lion legend, and now the little Wichita whirlwind had to follow in his footsteps.
Well, I had enough pressure on me, and you know, I didn't want to try to think about trying to compete with Billy Sims in any way. I mean, he was a great back, and I'm the type of person, I mean, I have a hard time trying to compare myself with people that I virtually idolized as a kid. You know, I was honored when Coach asked me that I want to, you know, have his same jersey number.
His rookie year, he signed the Thursday before our opening game against the Cardinals here in the Silverdome. We were debating, shall we play him? Gosh, he'll only have had 1 day of no pad practice. What are we going to do? I think Coach Fonz's thinking was, well, we probably won't play him. We went into the end zone to warm up and went over one running play, a slant. And I said, Barry, if Coach Fonz says you're going to play, would you like to play? And he said, yeah, that's fine. We were losing, I think, 10-0, 10-6. It was a close football game. And in the third quarter, Coach Fonz called me and just said, hey, let's put Barry in the game. We're not doing much.
Like, you know, any rookie would be, I was very nervous before going to the game.
Listen to this crowd.
I didn't really know what to expect because I hadn't been hit since the Holiday Bowl in December, you know, and it was my first time in pads, and I was really wondering, you know, how the pros hit, and you know, once I got the first run out of the way, I really felt comfortable with it.
First down. The S-back is the Heisman Trophy winner. And he gets the call. Cuts it back. Reverses field. 25, 20. He's to the 15. He's to the 10-yard line. Barry Sanders on his first NFL carry goes 19 yards and a first down. How about that?
It was a super impressive opening, and it was one play only. Slant to the left, slant to the right. And he used his own eyes and went where he wanted to go.
Galliano. Hand off Barry Sanders, left side. Sanders breaks a tackle. Touchdown, Lions! Barry Sanders, with those big legs, broke a tackle and takes it in.
Years ago, the big kids laughed at him. Oklahoma and the college powers snubbed him. Thurman Thomas made him ride the bench. He had to break the spell once cast by Billy Sims. Now, he was free to play. He would take that handoff, make that move, go the distance, and the crowd roared for him. He was voted Rookie of the Year by a landslide, and late in the season, he streaked past Billy, another Rookie of the Year. Barry Sanders had arrived, and he first rewrote the Lion record book by breaking the rookie rushing record.
He has the new rookie rushing record, breaking Billy Sims' mark. They will stop play. And out comes Billy Sims.
Couldn't have happened to a better guy. I knew it would just be a matter of time that he's going to break and set a lot of records for the Detroit Lions. Plus, he's going with a good number on his back also.
As Billy Sims holds up Barry Sanders' hand and says, this guy's the winner, and he gets the record, rushing more yards than any Lion rookie in history.